All right, some nice rainfall in the eastern Sierra today. Bishop and the Owens Valley seeing a couple of cloud bursts. We're going to have a little more rain, according to Dennis Mattinson, Sierra Wave Media forecaster. He's saying that remnant showers will continue through Thursday. We got a low opening up, accelerating over the Colorado River Basin area. Friday looks on the dry side. Then over the weekend, another northern branch system may bring unsettled weather to the area. Low tonight into tomorrow morning for Mammoth, 35 degrees. Bishop and the Owens Valley, about 49 degrees. Mammoth, June, Mono County. We're going to call about a 40% chance of some afternoon rain showers on Wednesday. South winds 5 to 10 miles an hour. 57 just the high in Bishop. Overnight lows freezing. Thursday, partly cloudy skies, still throwing about a 20% chance of some showers in there. Winds picking up a bit. Southwest winds 10 to 15. Again, 57 for the high. Overnight lows, that's got to be the coldest one in a while, mid-20s. And Friday for Mono County, mostly sunny skies. Southwest winds 5 to 10 miles an hour, warming up to 62 for the high in Mammoth. Overnight lows in the upper 20s. Bishop and the Owens Valley on Wednesday, still hanging with about a 60% chance of rain. South winds 10 to 15 miles an hour expected to blow. Just 73 the expected high in Bishop. Overnight lows in the mid-40s. Pretty close to the same forecast on Thursday with a 40% chance of rain. Winds not quite as much. Southwest winds 5 to 10. 73 the high in Bishop. Overnight lows in the lower 40s. And for Friday for the Owens Valley, mostly sunny skies with some light wind. 75 the expected high in Bishop. Overnight lows in the lower 40s. So seeing the weather turning a little bit here. Well, we interviewed Dr. Jay Harness. He's the Northern Inyo Healthcare District breast surgeon. We did that Monday morning live on Alt 92.5 Sierra Wave Radio, talking a lot about tonight's healthy lifestyle talk. I know it's starting 6:30 on Tuesday, but there was a lot of good information there from Dr. Jay Harness, and his book, Breast Cancer Answers book, available. And we thought we'd share this interview with you. I'm here with Dr. Jay Harness. He's the Northern Inyo Healthcare District breast cancer surgeon. Is that correct there, sir?
I am indeed the surgeon.
And we're also having a Breast Health and You, Northern Inyo Healthcare District. I love these healthy lifestyle talks. Give a lot of great information, and tomorrow it looks like going to be a good one. Breast Health and You. Tell me a little bit about Breast Health and You.
Well, the idea, Bob, is for people to come and ask us questions about anything they can think of about breast cancer. When you think that 1 in 8 in the United States are affected by breast cancer, almost everybody we know has a family member who's had breast cancer.
When you say 1 in 8, you mean 1 in 8 women?
Correct.
Yeah, because like you said, that means almost everybody knows someone who's been affected by breast cancer.
Yep, exactly right. So the idea tomorrow evening over at the Birch Street Annex, which is 2957 Birch Street, is that myself, our pathologist, a breast radiologist, also one of our physical therapists is now trained in lymphedema prevention and therapy, and a nutritionist, we're all going to be there to say, hey, what are your questions? We'll also give a brief overview of the latest and greatest news when it comes to breast cancer.
What is a lymphedema therapist?
Well, it's the swelling of the arm. Women have lots of fears when it comes to breast cancer surgery. Obviously, am I going to survive? Nobody wants chemotherapy. And if I have surgery, is my arm going to swell up like my great-grandmother's did after she had her mastectomy? That's called lymphedema, okay?
Okay.
So we now have a trained physical therapist whose role it is to detect it early, and if we do, we can prevent it really from progressing.
And that's Laura Molnar, PT, CLT-LANA. Talk to me about registered dietitian Denise Hind, RD. Is diet important when it comes to getting or not getting cancer?
Yep, it sure is. No matter what kind of cancer we're talking about, living heart healthy is really important. Getting your weight under control, exercising more. We've got good data that shows that patients, whether it's prostate cancer like you and I might get, or colon cancer or breast cancer, if we get our weight under control and exercise, our chance of surviving those cancers is significantly improved.
Surviving, but it doesn't have as much to do as getting it?
Now there's the $64,000
That's what I was asking.
question.
Yeah.
All right, sure. The highest incidence of breast cancer in the world is in Western Europe, the United States, Australia, and New Zealand. Now, what do we all have in common?
We eat well.
We do. We tend to have more obesity than other places in the world, and particularly when it comes to breast cancer, and a fair amount to prostate cancer as well. Being overweight is not good and is probably a factor that significantly contributes to developing cancer.
Okay, I'm going on a diet today. Siobhan Harrigal, MD, breast radiologist. What is a breast radiologist and how does that come into play?
In the world of radiology, when it comes to mammograms and breast ultrasound and breast MRI, those who have really specialized in the area, which is what we've got here at Northern Inyo Hospital, are much better at reading the results of studies, are really, really sensitive when it comes to the needed studies, and it's a legitimate subspecialty now in the world of radiology.
Eva Wasef, MD, the Northern Inyo Healthcare District pathologist. What does that entail?
Well, Eva is our pathologist, and what I've learned in the 2.5 years I've been coming here is she's a real expert. Like myself, she comes in from out of town. Eva comes in from Pasadena. Her husband's also a physician, and she's here during the week and then heads back home on Friday afternoons. And like myself, I come down from Lake Tahoe now twice a month. Eva is just fantastic, and she'll give us some of the latest information there as well.
How many breast cancer surgeries do you do a year?
Well, I'm semi-retired, so I was full-time at St. Joseph Hospital in Orange, where I would probably average at least 100 to 120 new breast cancers a year.
Wow.
Here, we're now taking care of patients from Mammoth. So here in Northern Inyo and Southern Mono counties, probably seeing, Bob, around 2 new breast cancers a month, sometimes 3. And we're able to do virtually everything here. The one thing we won't have in the Eastern Sierra probably ever is radiation therapy, just the expense of building a radiation therapy unit. But medical oncologists can write orders. We send patients north to Carson City or south down to the City of Hope. Both here and at Mammoth, we can deliver chemotherapy on site so people don't have to go out of town for that. I do all levels of surgery. We simply don't have a plastic surgeon. And I'm hoping that between Mammoth and here, we're going to be able to recruit a plastic surgeon at some point.
And plastic surgeon for after the surgery?
Yeah, after mastectomy to do reconstruction. We can do it on a delayed basis by sending patients, again, either north or south. But our ORs are so good here at Northern Inyo that we ought to be able to get somebody to come and be with us here locally.
We're talking with Dr. J.K. Harness, the Northern Inyo Healthcare District breast surgeon, and tomorrow, Northern Inyo Healthcare District Healthy Lifestyle Talk, breast health and you.
And
go
one
ahead.
other thing.
Go ahead,
one
please.
other thing, Bob, before we quit. We're also
I'm never quitting. They're going to have to drag me out of here kicking and screaming.
Also, October 23rd, 24th, and 25th, we do and this is an annual event, what's called Moonlight Mammograms.
Oh, I remember those.
Over at the hospital from 4 to 8 p.m.
Yeah, right.
And it's really a concentrated effort. And each year, Bob, we pick up some new cancers by offering the screening program. Yeah. So we hope people will take advantage of that as well.
And tomorrow, as we talked about at the beginning of this conversation, you'll take any and all questions, and people should come and not be afraid to ask questions about what is a very obviously serious subject.
Yep, absolutely. Part of my goal has always been to empower patients, to give them as much knowledge as I can. And I'm going to plug my own book. I have a book called The Breast Cancer Answers Book, co-written by myself and a 24-year breast cancer survivor. And so we want people, Bob, empowered so that they can really participate in their journey and to remember that cancer is a lifelong journey. Even though short-term people do really great, it can come back, right. And the lifestyle changes that are needed, all that stuff. We'll talk about all that.
And October, Breast Cancer Awareness Month, as we're starting today, correct?
Absolutely. Today's October 1st. We're going to focus and celebrate breast cancer awareness all month long.
And we have the Eastern Sierra Cancer Alliance with their breast cancer run coming up here in a couple of weeks. And it's an important subject, as we talked about earlier. Almost everybody has been affected, and sounds like there's lots of ways that you can maybe help prevent and or once maybe get it, then get through it in a well, as good as fashion as possible.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's not the disease to be feared that it once was. And one of the big news stories of this summer was a huge clinical trial that showed that women who have estrogen receptor positive breast cancer, which is the majority of women, of that group of patients, nearly 80% don't need chemotherapy. That's huge. That is really, really huge and takes one of the real fear factors away. They do need the anti-estrogen pills, but they don't need chemotherapy.
So the workings have changed over the last few decades.
Hey, listen, I've been focused on this area for 33 years, and what I've seen happen in 33 years, Bob, is amazing, and it's going to keep being that way.
We'll go tap some of that knowledge from Dr. Harness tomorrow. Breast Health and You, Northern Indiana Healthcare District, Healthy Lifestyle Talk at the Birch Street Annex starting at 6:30 p.m. Dr. Harness, thank you for coming in and give us some good information.
Bob, always
we
great
appreciate
to see
it.
you.
Thank you very
so
much, sir.
You bet.
All right, we thank Dr. Jay Harness for that, giving us some great information on a very important issue that, well, affects pretty much all of us. That's going to wrap up news and information for us here on Sierra Wave TV3. You know we're part of Sierra Wave Media. You can hear our radio station, all 92.5, as well as see these broadcasts on our website, sierrawave.net. Have a great evening, everybody. Good night.